don't know how I made that happen. I just made a stream happen in like 6 minutes, maybe 5. I love this. This is great. Anyways. No. Yeah. Bum, 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 Sari, bye. Yeah, how's it going? Oh, I should fix the follower goal. That's true. Stream doubling? Don't mind that. Create a dashboard. Hydrate. Hey Jeff, how are you doing today? Not too bad. That's great. I'll actually take that hydrate. I'm doing good. I totally didn't... I even knew this stream was happening, and I totally forgot about it until 5 minutes ago. So I'm doing great. Tav, how are you doing? I'm totally not finishing setting up stream like at this very moment. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it be? That'd be crazy. Who would do that? Who would plan a stream and then totally forget about it until 5 minutes before it happened? That'd be really silly, wouldn't it? It starts all of them. That's impressive, actually. That's really impressive. Sick. Cool. Oh. We're good. Raven! And now we got Raven here too. This is gonna go amazing. I'm actually gonna leave that up. Where's the text box? Final stream before 3D debut. Do not question the woman behind the curtain. Nothing is going on. Definitely was 100% prepared for this to happen. I mean, I was, but I definitely didn't forget about it until like 3 minutes before. That'd be crazy. That'd be so wild, wouldn't it? That would just be ridiculous. Okay, I am going to loop the starting soon screen music. I'm gonna go get some more water and use the restroom. I will be right back, chat. Take care of yourselves. It shouldn't take too long. Stretch this early. Wow. You know what? We can use the rest of the we can use the rest of the music to stretch. I'm back, by the way. Let's stretch. Marco, how are you doing today? I am back. We're doing a stretch right now as I wait for the, as we let the music just kind of vibe out and chill. Or, not vibe out and chill. I mean, yes, but wait for the, starting soon music to run its course. How is everybody doing today? Today is a very cool day. I'm very excited. Dude, it's okay. You don't have to apologize for being absent. I totally get it. Especially a motorcycle accident. Just take care of yourself. I'm glad you're okay. Alright, and after we do... You know what? We can stretch for a little bit longer. Margaret. Noodle, how are you doing? Stopping by to see Barbie. Yo! Barbie is... I've heard good things about it. A lot of my friends have seen it. They've said good things about it. And as the music comes to an end, we'll all take a deep breath in. And out. And as we come to an end on our starting soon screen, maybe the last time we see this for a long time, actually. This is weird. I haven't thought about that yet. This might be the final time we see this for who knows how long. And just like that, the music is over. And when the music is over, the stream begins. Because that's what we do here. Something finishes and something begins. And just like that, let us begin. Wow. This is weird. I don't think I've fully put it into my mind that this might be the final time we all see it like this. Because I know it's coming, obviously, but it's gonna be so weird to not see it like this. Anyways, we can get into that in a little bit. Hello everybody, I am Min's the Mailbox, and welcome back to Connection Point. Today is a very, very special stream, because not only is it the final stream of July, it is July 31st, and what did I say? We're gonna finish this thing by the end of July. Not only is our goal today to finish this tree, to get it completely done with all of the leaves, all of the wood, everything, but also it is the final stream with this overlay, with this layout. Everything you see before you is going to change. The starting soon screen, the model, the overlay, everything is going to change. This is the final time we're gonna see this for who knows how long. Which is really weird to think about. I don't think I've thought about that yet. I've been so busy trying to get everything ready that I don't think I've thought about the fact that, yeah. But we can get into that later. For now, how is everybody doing? How is all going? It is... wow. Yeah, no, see, that's the unfortunate thing. A large part of my audience lives on the other side of the world. And I don't know how I've managed to attract so many people at, like, the dead of night. But, like... So many people watch when it's like 12, 1, 2, and I don't know why. I don't know how I've managed to garner this audience. But it's like the 1st of August for so many people. It's crazy. Yeah, don't you even worry about it, Raven. You got work to do, and that is okay. I appreciate you popping in. I think a lot of people here are just coming in to say hi and then popping out. You're totally good. For those of you that are staying, however, we, like I said, we're finishing this tree. This tree has been in the works for like 5 months. Maybe more. And do you know what that means? It means that we've got to see it to its end. we have to see it finished all the way through. We are going to finish this. And I am so excited. And along the way, we're just going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about, I don't know, streams and stuff. This is weird. You know, this is the end of an era. A really long era, actually. This overlay, the stuff I have right now, is stuck around since like what, March? End of March, beginning of April last year. It's been over a year. Which is, it's a little crazy to think about. Just how long it's taken us to get here, or how long it's been since I first got this era. Time for a new era. I'm so excited. Yes, please get rest. Please recover safely after the accident. I know you said you were doing okay, but please take care of yourself. I appreciate you stopping by. It's always really nice to see you. But please take care of yourself. It's good to do that. It's good to listen to the doctors. They usually know what they're talking about. But I do appreciate you stopping by. It means a lot. There's a... That... No. No, I am pushing all the wrong buttons. See ya, Marco? No, sheep, turn back the other way. No, turn back the other way. That was a really cool pose. Yeah. Perfect. Actually, if we really... This might kill everything, so be careful, everybody. But I want to get a funny epic picture just because of this. I want to see if I can. Okay. Come on, sheep. No, turn back. Your face is distorted. Yeah, I got it. Okay, I'll have to send that in the Discord afterwards. Ooh, actually, I should save the shading. I should save the shaders for once we finish the tree. The tree is almost done. I'm so excited for that. But yes, we have to gather more leaves. Oh, wait, actually we have leaves. We gathered more leaves last time. I forgot about that. I forgot we went out and gathered more leaves. Okay. We need to harvest all of our scaffolding then. Alright, time to pick up scaffolding, everybody. Oh man, this thing has grown so much. I am... This is not about debut, but just like... To think I built this giant tree by hand over the course of 5 months. I didn't even know how to build a tree when I started, and I honestly, I still don't. I've totally been making this up as we go, but like, wow, this looks really cool. And it's almost done. It is so close to being finished. We just need to place the leaves on the underside of the top. And then I don't know, maybe it just turns into a just chatting stream where we just talk about like good times we remember or something. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. As I'm building, I want all of you to just, or if you'd like, if you're here and you'd like, why don't you share some of the memories that you remember or that you enjoyed on stream? You know, I've been streaming for I've been streaming for over 2.5 years now. So, you know, there are some of you that have been here a while. So, I bet some of you have some streams that you enjoyed. I'm curious if you know, remember them, want to share them? Go right ahead. I would love that. Oh, squids are suffocating. All the Celeste streams. You know what's crazy? Celeste is over a year ago. It's so weird now. Celeste, I loved the Celeste streams. Those were so amazing. I need to go back. Yeah, it is. I mean, technically, we still would have been streaming it at this point. I don't think I finished until like the mid-August, because it took me 2 months to stream it, and I started June 10th. No, June 10th is this world. Pringle, how are you doing today? We're talking about it's the last stream before my debut, so we're gonna finish up the tree, and we're talking about some of our favorite memories of streams that we remember watching or that we remember doing. Gosh, let me check. So I started in June, and I started on a Wednesday, so I think June 15th. I think June 15th might have been the first stream. Yeah, that makes sense. And then considering that I did 9 streams of Celeste, would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, no, I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I streamed once every week and I didn't get interrupted, the last stream would have been August 3rd. That doesn't feel right, but that's the number I've gotten. That's 8 weeks. Plus the last one would have been August 10th. Hey, but you know, the good thing, the great thing about being a streamer is that I have or I guess about starting out as a YouTuber, is that I have a second channel that I put all of my VODs on. So luckily for all of you, I can just go check my channel and we can check together. So as I stare into your eyes, I look into your eyes, I look deep into your eyes. What do you see? So let's see. First stream of Celeste was June 15th, and the last stream of Celeste was August 3rd. No, it actually was August 3rd. So in a little under a week last year would have been the stream that we reached the summit. That actually is happened. Yeah, on Thursday this week, a year ago would have been a year since I finished Celeste, or I finished the main part of it. Of course, there was the stream after that where I was like, oh yeah, let me do the core, but it didn't work out. And then there was the Celeste after party. Let me check when the Celeste after party was. August 11th. Can you imagine that? August 11th. That's a Friday. We might be able... I think that might actually... No, wait. Yeah, no, wait. That'll be the third stream after the debut. Oh my gosh, wait. We might actually be able to stream on the same day as the Celeste after party. It makes sense, because it probably would have been a Saturday stream. And no, wait, no, it would maybe... When was August 11th? Now we're checking when August 11th was. I don't know. But, Tabs, you are sure, right? It's been a while since I've thought about Celeste, just because I've been trying to get through. The 11th was a Thursday, never mind. But it's been a while since I've thought about Celeste, because I've been trying to get through Hollow Knight and get ready for the debut. But Celeste, man, I don't even know how to talk about it. I don't even know. It was such an impactful game, and to think, like, that was my first game. That was the first one we played. I literally, Celeste 1 was the day I started doing Wednesday gaming playthroughs. And that was over a year ago now. It was 2 months of Celeste, and now almost to 12 months of Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight probably could have been finished up a bit earlier. I say finished up earlier as if we've completed it. We haven't. I'm still working on getting through it, but we probably could have gotten through Hollow Knight by now if I didn't keep having delays. You know, we had to stop the gaming playthroughs for a few reasons. One was the Hemlocks film, the movie, the Hemlocks film. That one stopped it for a little while because I stopped uploading videos while I was working on the film, so that I didn't have, you know, weekly videos to worry about as I was also making, you know, a feature-length film. So that was one reason. There was also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was also January. January stopped it too. Because I took January off this year to kind of reset. And looking back, I understand why now. I uploaded 5 videos in January, which is one of the highest rates of videos I've ever put out. I uploaded a New Year's video, or a New Year's Eve video, a 2022 rewind, and like 4 Hollow Knight episodes. It is crazy. There's like a whole section of Hollow Knight that purely came out in December. It is so wild to think about that I did all of that, and it was just fine. Yeah, it just did that. I had a great time. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I do. I was really, I wanted to like sign off 2022 as best as I could, and so I decided to go all in. I wanted to make sure that 2022 went out with a bang. So I did it. I did what I could. I put out one every week, and the whole time I was working on a New Year's video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I had actually put one out in 2020. Puzzle! Hi, Puzzle. How are you doing? Everybody say hi to Puzzle. Puzzle is amazing. We love Puzzle here. I adore Puzzle. We are building the final structures on my giant willow tree. This is my new base. I'm building a giant tree and I'm gonna live in it. Which is a pretty big thing, because I've been working on building this tree since like February. I adore you as well, Puzzle. You have been nothing but just a wonderful person to get to know. I was actually thinking about this earlier, that there are very key moments in my life that have led to me getting where I am now. And it's very specific things. And I find it funny that if two very specific things had never happened, my life could have been completely different. It genuinely boils down to two things. And it would have changed who I was as a person. And I just find that amusing. That it's just something so small, or something like that. Two decisions would shape my life like that. But one of those being, because of one of those decisions, I ended up meeting Aspen. And because I met Aspen, I got to be... It was because of Aspen, actually, that I even heard about the V-Pumpkin SMP back in September, when applications were opening up the first time. And I thought about it, and I was just like, I never would have met any of the people that I know now if, I hadn't met Aspen all those years ago, and we hadn't become friends, and, kind of grown up together as people, and then, being invited by Aspen. I never would have heard of V-Pumpkin. That's the thing. Aspen invited me. I'm pretty sure I got a DM from Aspen on Discord. They were just like, "Hey, I heard about this SMP that's starting. I heard about it from somewhere. Do you want to join it too?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. It sounds fun." And so I did. And I remember being super nervous. The first season of V-Pumpkin, I was so nervous. I barely touched any mods. I barely interacted with people. I knew Celestia and Bard. And that was because I had met Bard the first day, and I might have also met Celestia around the same time too. And that was it. And I also knew Aspen, of course, but that was it. I knew of Taz and Bees vaguely. I'm pretty sure I met Bees on the server the last day to show them my barn. I was very, very closed in during that season. And then I decided to stick around because I really liked it. And I didn't do anything with season 2 because I was going hog wild with with content at that point. I had made so many videos in December. We were actually just talking about that. It was so crazy. I made I went absolutely nuts in December, but I decided to stick around, and I'm very glad I did, because I got to meet people like you, Puzzle, and the captain, obviously. I got to know Celestia a lot better. Who else did I meet? The whole group. Oh man, All of them are so great. Their names are not coming to my mind. I know them. I know them. I know who you're talking. You know who I'm trying to reference. I cannot remember any of their names right now. But it's so cool. I'm so happy that I got to meet all of you. Because I just can't imagine, like, not knowing you. It's so commonplace to me now to just be like, oh yeah, Puzzle. I know them. That's just a person I know, and they're cool. It doesn't even faze me to think. I don't think about it too often that, like, a year ago I had no idea who you were. Actually, yeah, until half a year ago, I didn't even. Yeah, it wasn't until March that I even really knew about you at all. I think I'd heard your name a few times, but it wasn't until season 3 that I got to really get to know you, and I'm very glad I did. But yeah, no, tabs you were talking about earlier, the Celeste streams, they were quite a while ago now, and that game meant so much to me. I know, like, Retracing, also a friend of mine I've had on VPumpkin, is really close with the game. But man, there's just something about Celeste that is so yes. I don't know how to describe it. But as a game to start playing games with, Celeste was such a great game to, like, start me off, because it wasn't too terribly long. You know, it's not like Hollow Knight where it's taken me a year to complete. It took me 2 months and like 8 streams, if we count the ones that actually got turned into episodes, but more like 10 if you count like the failed number 9 and then the after party. So it was like a good 2 months of focusing on Celeste, and then it was finished. And it had such a lovely story, and it meant it. I genuinely had trouble moving on from Celeste and starting Hollow Knight, because I had gotten so used to editing Celeste that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to move over, because this game means so much to me. I need to go back and watch my videos on it at some point. I think I've watched them recently, but it's such a nice series. I love them so much. I feel like the people I met in the VTuber community I've known forever. I think I finally found my home. It brings me peace. I'm really happy you did that. I'm happy you were able to find a home here. Not that. It makes me happy to know that you're doing well. Because, you know, you should be doing well. You should be able to say that, you know, you feel like you found a place that you can be comfortable in and you can enjoy. I think you've earned that. You've definitely earned that. Hey, you know, without you, I don't know. I'm just happy to know you. And it makes me even happier to know that you feel like you found a place for yourself. Like, that's such a good feeling. I know that feeling. It makes me happy to know that you've found a place you can, you know, call your own. So I feel like that's important for a lot of people here. Did it work? Oh, I think it worked. No, it didn't work. Is the tree on fire? Let's make sure the tree's not on fire. Are we not striking the tree? Or can we not strike the tree? Where is it even striking? I really hope it's not burning the tree. I would really, really not prefer that. There's even a big old lightning rod right there. Come on. The lightning rod's right there. Actually, have I gotten the achievement? Perfect a villager. Oh. Okay, so even if it does, I won't notice. I do want to see it happen, though. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, no, especially if your career, whether it's, you know, a dream goal, whether it's a goal, dream goal, or like or, you know, the career you actually work in and live in, it's so I feel like it's important to actually find like a community you can vibe with. I think I have BC face for it right now. Good start? Yeah. I mean, hey, I got my advice from the best. I just learned from the master. Even move on. Yeah, I do plan on doing that. I know I probably would do more reactive stuff with what I have right now, but I just have no ideas right now just because I've never done it before. I think what I have right now is a good start, but there definitely is a lot of room to grow from it. But, you know, that's a secret. Puzzle knows what I'm talking about because Puzzle helped with quite a bit of it, but for everybody else, it's a little bit of a secret. You don't get to see it until a week from now, August 7th, 4 p.m. CST. Be there or be square. I'm just saying, it's gonna be really cool. I'm revealing a lot of stuff. It's really awesome. I also need torches. I'm gonna go get torches and sleep so the thunderstorm doesn't burn my tree down. I don't think it should. I think the lightning rod should protect it. But, you know, you can't be too cautious with a giant tree made out of wood and leaves. It's just a bigger Minecraft tree. You can't be too sure. You can't be too cautious with this guy. Let's see. Oh, I probably have torches up there. Oh, I didn't have to come down. I've been switching topics around a lot today, but I'm excited. Uh, this project I started back at, I want to say it was either the end of January or beginning of February that I started this. This project's been going on for a while. I started this when I finished my trading hall. I made a big underground villager trading hall right underneath a village that was next to my spawn. And I worked on that for over a year. Like it is the longest project I've worked on to this date. I kid you not. I started working on it in 2021 and I finished it this January. Just yeah, have fun with that. I've been working on it. I spent like all of 2022 working on it. That was how big of a project it was for me. It took forever to get it to finish it. It was a huge project and a huge undertaking. And once I finished, I came back and was like, you know, I was living out of a really, really small birch tree. Like, imagine that, but as a birch tree, like a little bit thinner, and the top is like leaves. That's what I was living out of. It was really small, and I was like, I built that. You know, mid 2021, when this world was still very, very new. We are now approaching. Yeah, we are at the time we're approaching 2 years in this world in a few months. So the fact that I had had the tree for so long was nice. It was nice to have a base like that I could go to, but you know, felt like it was missing something. You know, I had grown so much over the, you know, Connection Point had celebrated a year anniversary. We were now, you know, entering into the second year of it. We were almost at 2 years. And I was still just living out of a tree. And I was still just living out of like a 8-block tall tree that I made in like 2 or 3 streams, which wasn't bad. It was not bad by any standards, but there was, you know, I felt like I had improved so much more, and then I could do so much better with it. So I took it down, and I started working on this monstrosity, and here we are. 5 months later, still working on it, and hopefully today finishing it. The last part we have is covering the undersides of these branches, and that's the last of it. We're actually finishing up the last few parts of it, which is like, it was really weird to think about because I've been working on it for so long, but also not forever. It's crazy to think that I was able to accomplish this in just under like 6 months, and that this is going to be my new home. I also completely made this up. I looked at a few references here and there. I knew what I was going for, which was a tree. Actually, it changed a few times. Originally, I wanted it to be a giant birch tree, because that was my original one. It was supposed to be like a slightly larger birch tree, and that's what I lived out of, because the tree that I stayed under the first night was a birch tree. It's actually the tree of time if you look down. The tree that I first stayed under was this one. This tree, I kid you not, I had a chest here, or I had a bed here, a chest and like a furnace and a crafting table. I literally was slept under this tree the first stream. This is where I stayed when I ended the first one. This is where it all started. And so my original treehouse was kind of like a homage to that. Like, you know, this area is all birch trees. It seems like birch tree is kind of the theme we're going for here. So I made a slightly bigger birch tree out of the stuff that I had, and it worked well. And so I wanted to make a bigger version of that because, you know, my skills have improved. I've improved as a Minecrafter, as a builder. so why not? And then, somewhere along the process, I realized willow trees look a lot like birch trees. Like, they're tall, they're white, they are covered in leaves that look very similar to birch leaves, mind you. It is really weird how much of a willow leaf birch leaves look like. Willow leaves look a lot like birch leaves. It was the same color. It was a great color. It matched really well. So I was like, come on. I love willow trees, and also literally willow. It matches the name perfectly. How did I not think of this sooner? We're turning it into a willow tree. Which is why all of the branches have hanging leaves off of them, because that's what willow trees do. They have leaves that just hang down because they're cool like that. And usually that's because the branches hang down, but I'm not that skilled. This tree, like I said, I looked at maybe 1 or 2 pictures of willow trees 1 or 2 times just to get the general feel of what one was like. But this one was very much like all my other projects in this world. I made it up as I went along. All of these patterns and these hangings, things, all of it, I just made it up. I made it all up. I did it. That was me. I kind of just took what I had, built on what I had already done, and just kept going. And that's what we've been doing, slowly chipping away at, making the prototype, or making the outline, out of cobble and stone and stuff, and then changing that around like 4 or 5 times, and then starting to place the wood in, realized it didn't look great, so I actually took it down, and I changed it around, or no, I didn't take it down fully, but I changed around parts of it. And then I continued, and I got all the wood done, and then I realized I didn't like how the top branches looked, and the middle looked, and the top looked kind of weird, and the branches up here didn't look great, so I ended up changing all of those around. And then finally the wood was done, and then it was placing the leaves, so I placed the top half, then I placed all the hanging leaves down here, then I did the undersides, then I did the top parts of the top branches, then the hanging down bits last stream, and now the final stream is this one, where we're just placing the undersides of the branches. And yeah, it's a long journey, but it's been one of my goals this year to finish this tree. And I thought, what better way to finish this huge project of mine than to finish it by the end of July. Not only does that line up really well with my debut time, but it also lines up really well with Raven. But yeah, not only does doing this make it line up really well with not only does finishing the tree in July make it line up really well with my debut, because final stream before a debut. I don't know if I've said that enough today. I'm not going to be streaming for a week as I get ready for my debut on next Monday. It's August 7th, 4 p.m. CST. Be there, be square. I'm going to keep saying that. I am so pumped for it. Actually, Raven, since you're back, I actually have a question for you, because I'm curious. I asked Tabs this earlier, and they said... Actually, I'll tell you what they said in a second. What are... you've been here for quite a while, actually. Now, you've been here for well over a year now. What are some of your... What are some of your favorite moments during my streams that you remember? Since this is, the end of an era. Do you have any memories of streams you've enjoyed watching, or good moments that you remember? I'm curious. Now I wonder if I did something like that. Maybe if I did like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, I really like that. Oh, that looks good. Let's go sleep. I want to see how it looks in the daytime. Sleep. It's kind of crazy to think. I said this a little bit at the beginning of the stream, but I don't think I fully processed yet that the overlay you see here, you know, the PNG tuber, or you know, at least this version of it, the text box, the little goal in the corner, you know, the little pink border that totally isn't made out of 3 pink borders combined together because it didn't fit Minecraft exactly, so I had to make it work. It's very simplistic. It's very pink as well. Shout out to anybody who remembers any of the holiday variations, you know, the yellow for spring, the orange for Halloween, the blue for winter. Gotta say, I think my favorite is still winter. Having the white and the blue and the red, that's still my favorite. I think the winter streams are still my favorite. I loved the vibe that happened with them. Having that snowy tree picture there, mwah, it fed the vibe so well. There we go. That's a memory I remember quite well. Is just all of that. I remember all the winter streams. They were so much fun. Winter was such a good time for streaming, for my streams. You know, we went to the City of Tears. Oh, how could I have gone without talking about the City of Tears? Opening the City of the Tears for the first time, that was a big moment in my history. That I enjoyed a lot. That's a moment I remember very well. Especially once we opened up. Yeah, because when we rocked around the soul in the City of Tears, we found that little corner. That little corner that we ended the... I don't know if we ended the first stream on, but we definitely ended the second stream in the City of Tears in. That little corner with the light and the door. You all know what I'm talking about. I've mentioned it so many times. Actually, I can probably pull up a picture of it. I think I have a picture of it on my computer. Let's see if I can find it. Because I took a picture of it when we got there. That first time. I don't know if it was the first time ever, but I know I took a picture of it. Here we go. Screenshot 2022 12/01. Literally December 1st. That's big. Holy cow. This screenshot. This one right here. This room. Literally, this is my single favorite place to be in the game. Because the light dims around you. You can barely see that there's anywhere else to go. It just looks like a little study, a little corner at the top. The light comes in from the door next to you. It's just, and the rain coming down, it is, I kid you not, my single favorite spot in the whole game. And that has not changed since I found it. That is one of my favorite things about Hollow Knight, if not my favorite thing about Hollow Knight. So opening City of Tears and finding that was it was such a dream to be able to find that. And the City of Tears was always hyped up to be this big thing, right? You know, getting into the city was this huge thing that we had to find our way through, and took us a while. And it was, I looped the music, right? Yes, I did. I'm so smart. I have, No. I did not ask you to open up Microsoft Edge, dummy. Like every Hollow Knight boss, that little sigh of relief, or the oh my god we did it moments are always great. the V Pumpkin SMP with the trampolines. You forget you couldn't mine stone. Oh man, those were good memories. V Pumpkin Season 3 was such a great one. Captain made that so... I would not have had as great of a Season 3 as I did if it wasn't for the Captain. I am so happy I found them. I don't know what my season would have been like without it, but I know I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I did if they weren't there. Captain is so cool. You are actually so right about that. I love the Captain. The Captain is great. Starlo is such a wonderful person to be around, much less being able to base with them for an entire season. Holy cow. That was like the best 4 months ever. Because I just got to log on, and whatever I did, whether it was on stream or off stream, every time I got on, except for a few times at the end, I always made sure that the sign down in the botany pot area, every time I came on, I always wrote down what I had done and just gave them a little nice message. So it always changed. It was like, really glad that I met you, M, or, so happy I could share this season with you. Like, things like that. I always made sure I updated it and that they got it. It was my favorite thing to do. Because I just... The Captain is so great. They made the season so special for me. And I'm glad you brought that up, Raven. I'm glad you did. Hollow Knight bosses, something I haven't thought about in a while is like early Hollow Knight. I need to go back. Maybe I have like a watch party with some of my friends at some point and just like watch the old Hollow Knight streams. Like the first ones. Like 1, 2, and 3 or something. Because it's so vastly different from now. Like we are now at the point where like I've explored everything. I know as much as I can about the areas around me. We just have to fight some bosses and get through. It just like grit our teeth and get through. But back then it was like, oh my gosh, the False Knight. He was such a brutal one to start off with. And then like being trapped in the what was it, like not the resting grounds, it was the something, what is it called? It was like the ancient something, and being trapped there and having to find my way out. Oh man, that was so cool. Or like when I found the Balder shell and I slipped into the chest, finding the Howling Cliffs and putting it together that like that was where we came from. We came from beyond the Howling Cliffs and then walked there to get into Hallowness. Because I remember at those times too, there were times during those streams where we just like didn't find much. We didn't do a lot because I couldn't find much, and so I considered like I think it was like stream 4 and stream 7 or 8 maybe, where it was just like, yeah, not a lot happened, and we did our best. And it was like, whoa, it's so crazy looking back on it now, given how much we've explored now. But also, I didn't know that much when we started the game. I went into Hollow Knight only knowing it from hearing a few of my good friends just talking about it and being like, yeah, this game was great. It sucked though. It was so hard. It beat me over the wall with it. I was like, I wanted to try it, but then I had no reason to. I didn't have a reason to until we started the playthroughs. And then it was like, I'm so doing Hollow Knight second. Celeste is coming first because it's Celeste. I want to try it. Or I got Celeste first from Jade. Shout out to Jade again. Jade is the real MVP. How has it only been an hour? I've been talking about stuff for so long. But yeah, Jade got me Celeste first, Hollow Knight second, and Stray third. And then I also have Gris and Unpacking. So we're good for a while. We have to finish Hollow Knight first, honestly, which is the hardest part. But I want to go back and see my early... I want to go back and see, like, how I treated Hollow Knight before I knew how Hollow Knight worked. When I was just exploring those first few streams, or like my first fight with Hornet. You know how long Hornet took me to do? It took me like an hour and a half. I was not prepared to do it. Because like I had gotten used to being a little worse at bosses than most people. It takes me a long time to do bosses. It usually takes me a good chunk of the stream, if not most of it, to when I find a boss. That's like an hour 15, an hour 30 of the stream. That's just what it is, right? So, you know, I've never been privy to that. Celeste taught me that when I get to a boss, I'm usually there for a while. I don't have to, oh no, I left my iron. I left my iron over here. I gotta go get my iron. Oh man. But Celeste taught me that like bosses take me a while. So I don't have to worry about completing them the fastest, because I'm not the fastest. But Hollow Knight in those early stages, it was like 40 or 50 tries to do a boss. And it would take me about the same time. I was still very determined, because I didn't know a lot about the game, to like get through it, and I'm gonna show them what I'm made of. That kind of thing. And I did. Meeting Hornet for the first time was a big moment. Opening Green Path was a huge moment. Now that I'm thinking about that, does anybody remember that? Because all I knew was the Forgotten Crossroads for like 2 streams, minus the like ancient area, or the ancient alchemy area. The Resting Grounds was all I knew for a while, for 2 streams or so. And it wasn't until the end of like stream 2 that I found Green Path, and I was like, whoa, a whole new area to explore? Man, I mean, I still love Hollow Knight. I'm excited to finish it, and I'm really excited to get done with these bosses. I'll say that. I am so ready to be done with these dumb bosses. But I think my favorite era of Hollow Knight streams definitely has to be when I was just like, oh hey look, at the end of this stream we found a new area, we explored it the whole next time, maybe did something the next stream after, and then boom, a new area. Just like finding new areas and exploring them and then finding more areas. That was my favorite. I mean, that's been most of Hollow Knight for me. But I think definitely those earlier streams, it was amazing. I think another great moment also has to be when I found 3 areas in once. What was it? It was... oh yeah, I found the Resting Grounds, the Deep Nest, and the Ancient Basin all in one stream. That stream was wild. I literally fell into Deep Nest, rose up into the Resting Grounds, had no idea what the name of it was at the time, and then also fell into Ancient Basin and got stuck there. Because I didn't know how to get out yet. I know how to get out of it now. It's been a while since that stream, actually, now that I think about it. But like, wow. That stream was ridiculous. Just being like, hey, so uh, you thought finding one new area was cool. We found enough new areas to last us like a month. And it did. It was probably the craziest stream I ever had. We were just walking around and we just found everything. Or like opening up the trolleys. Fighting the Mantis Lords was fun too. Hollow Knight just has a lot of great memories. You know, when you work at something for over a year, you'll find that there's just a lot of memories. Some good, some bad, but there's just, man, I'm excited to finish Hollow Knight. I'll probably say this again during the debut, but I'll probably still stream Hollow Knight it's in the old setup, or the current setup. I probably still stream Hollow Knight the way I do right now, even after the debut, so that we can finish it. And then once I finish it, I'll work on a new setup for it, or I'll bring it over to the new setup, because I want to finish Hollow Knight out. You know, I want to finish Hollow Knight out, and I feel like it would be cool if it'd be nice to finish Hollow Knight the same, you know, style we started it in. So I might do that. So just a heads up, Hollow Knight will probably stay the same until we finish it, and then the games afterwards will work on that. I'll work on how we're gonna set those up, because yeah, debut coming. I don't know if you've heard about it, but I'm actually debuting a new model, a whole new stream actually. It's gonna be crazy. I do have the VOD. That's true. You will always have the VOD. I will make sure that VOD gets out to you as soon as I can if you do. Either way, I don't know. I do gotta say, I will say, I am a little nervous for the debut. Not for any, like, I mean, for some of the obvious reasons, right? I've never done a debut before. You know, for as much as my stuff has changed and I've, you know, adopted new things, like when I showed off my PNG tuber, I guess I did have one with my original VTuber, but it was kind of weird and it lagged out my computer and I didn't vibe with it too much, so I didn't end up using it that much. But I don't know. You would think after 2.5 years of doing Twitch, I would have had a debut at some point, given that, you know, I've had Willow this whole time. But no, this will be my first. It is going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to it. To showing off all the work that, you know, I and so many people have put into it, but I also just, like, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I know the general outline. I still have some things to work on, which is, you know, why I'm taking the week off, so I can work on those. But I this is gonna be a new experience for me, and it probably won't be my last. Just because, you know, there's always more improvements you can do. You know, my art style will improve, so anything that I did, I can always, you know, do better in a year or two, or I can redesign in a year or two. Anything that I, you know, got help from, that can always change too. It's yeah, it'll improve and it'll change, and it, you know, who knows, it probably won't be my last debut, but it'll be the last one for a long time, I'll tell you that. Until this becomes a, you know, regular, manageable thing that, like, I can use. This can, like, once this becomes a career, then who knows? Maybe another debut can happen. But for now, I am happy with the one we have right now. Or, well, the one we will have. I still have pieces of it to do. Most of it's done, actually. Most of it has been completed. It's just a few pieces of it that I have to plan out and get ready. You know, usual stuff, but yeah, there are no constants in life other than the fact that there are no constants. Life is always changing, and I'm very happy for that. You know, sometimes the fact that life never stops moving sucks. I'll say it. Sometimes life, it doesn't give you a breather when you need it, and it is not fun. Because sometimes life does chill out, and things are, you know, cool. And sometimes life moves at like 1,000,000 miles a minute, and you're just left in the dust. You have no idea what's going on. But I am glad that life does move forward, even when it's hard. Because I don't know. I think back to the person I was, you know, 3-4 years ago. Even 2 years ago. And it just makes me happy to know that that version of me would have been so happy of where I am now. And if I had never changed or grown from that point, I never would have been able to experience that. I never would have been able to give them that happiness of like, hey, we're happier now, we're healthier now, we have better friends, we have closer friends, things are changing, things have changed for the better, and there were some sucky moments in the middle, but it's still you, a much better and happier version of you. And if life never moved forward, I never would have been able to show myself that. To, you know, go back and be like, things have gotten so much nicer. They've changed in some difficult ways and in some hard ways, but they've changed. And you're still here on the other side of it. And you never stopped. Because, like, let's be honest, I have no idea what past me would think. Like, little 13-year-old me starting out YouTube would think if they saw me now. I am building a giant tree in Minecraft on a platform that I have been on for 2.5 years. That is soon going to go up as a big VOD, a big video, over to the platform that I've had for 6 years. And I have over 200 11. I have 211 followers here and 100 followers, 100 subs there, 110 actually. And the VOD channel has like 31. Is I don't know, like I don't know what, you know, little teenager me would think about it, because they had very different goals than I did, or much simpler goals than I do. Their goals were just, you know, be big, you know, make it, you know, do the cool thing, make money on YouTube, and just, that was my goal. Who knows what they would think, but I know what I think now, and I think that I'm happy that I got the chance, that I started when I did, that I discovered my passion to make videos on whatever schedule I decide on, whatever day I post them on, that I make videos. I'm so happy that I discovered that I like video editing. Not only that, but I love drawing. I love streaming. I'm so happy I started, because even if this goes nowhere, I still have over 6 years of amazing memories that I can always look back on. And, like, that's the best part about it. My things could stop growing right at this very moment. I could never gain another follower, I could never gain another sub, and I could even stop uploading, you know, shelve YouTube and Twitch forever. But the last 6 years of my life would still be there. I would still have the memories of doing that. And those are never going away. Those are still a part of me. Whether I remember them or not, they shaped me into the person I am now. They gave me the community and the friends that I have now. They're a part of me. So even if everything had to change tomorrow, I still have today. And I think that that's pretty special. It's nice to think that I can just take it moment by moment. At least it's nice to think that I did it for so long, even if nothing happens, because I still tried, you know? I still gave it my all. And I think that's the best I could have given it. Did I make memories? Meeting you. You know what? That's one of my favorite memories of the last, like, year or so. The people I've met because I do streaming changed my life. Some in small ways and some in big ways. A year ago, I had no idea who you were. I knew your name because I had heard Aspen mention you like once or twice. But I had actually zero clue who you were and what kind of person you were, and I was just like, they're a person that I've heard of. Cool. You know, definitely not scared of new person. And then I got to meet you, and I got to know you. And it's like life was never the same after that. Because suddenly I had a new person in my life that just was so cool. And that applies to people like Celeste, Sarlo, Captain, Puzzle, Toybox, Malik. Holy cow. Everybody in the mashup group, so cool. Everybody in the V Pumpkin group, or in the groups, you know, around it, that I met from them, everybody that I met on the different SMPs that I've been on, they have changed me, and they have given me people that, you know, I could consider friends. Some of them are just people that I know by name, and I'm just like, yeah, I know you, I've seen you around. And some of them are like, I'd consider you a friend. And then there's people like you, Raven. And you just make me happy. I will never regret the things that I've done to get here, or the journey that I took, because it gave me people like you. And I think that is infinitely worth every moment it took to do this. I also still remember the Christmas thing. That was so much fun to build. It was an interesting project, but my 2023 would not have been the same if I didn't know you. And I think that's pretty amazing. My 2022 would have not been the same without you and all the people that I got to meet over the last 8, 9, 10 months. It is incredible, the kind of things that have happened. And the people that have just shaped my life in ways that I can't even comprehend. And I just think that's pretty amazing. That I can look at people and go, a year ago, I had no idea who you were. And now, I have no idea what I'd do without you. The fact that I can say that about somebody blows my mind. That there are people out there that just had an impact on my life and made it so much better of an experience. Yeah. I think that's why I'm so excited for my debut, because not only do I get to say that I did this, you know, I made this happen, I put my own foot forward and made a debut with nothing but a dream and like a few dollars in my pocket. I made this debut possible pretty much by myself. The planning for it was pretty much by myself. I had a lot of help, but it's also for the people who, you know, got me here. You know, I get to share a little bit of, you know, though, you know, once the debut comes out, I can talk about, you know, all the work I've been putting in and share it with everybody who's been following along this journey. And it's also a little bit for them, because, you know, the people here have been supporting me for a long time now. For some, it's over a year. For some people, actually, it's over 2 years. Jade and Pingu, I'm looking directly into your soul. I know who you are. And that's so amazing. It's also for them, because I am a small channel. I don't think any of us have to argue that. I am a very, very small channel with a very small community. But the best thing about being small is that I know each and every person inside of it. I know, you know, we just got Pringle, or like Smale, who pops in, and like literally when we met Smale like a year ago now or something, he was chilling and like doing things, and now he's like in one of the best art schools ever, because, you know, he did that on the side while watching me. Or like Noodle, who's like preparing for college in a few years and like going on places. Or like you, Raven, who like I didn't even know you when you followed, but now you're just a daily part of my life. Not to mention people who, not to mention like the people who were around when Connection Point started, or when I was doing minigame streams. It's so crazy to think that people enjoy watching what I do, even if, you know, it's not the most entertaining stream, or it's not the kind of content that not everybody will enjoy, because not everybody will enjoy stuff, anything, but definitely this, it's got vibes to it, and it may not always be the vibes that people are looking for, but the fact that people enjoy watching it all the same, that people come back and are just like, hey, I recognize this, I followed you a few months ago, and I'm coming back in to just check. The fact that Marco comes in and checks, even though he only has like 5 minutes each night, and it's like 2 a.m., and he's just like, yeah, I should be in bed right now. However, nuh-uh. The fact that people do that, the fact that a large portion of my community is awake at like 2 in the morning watching my streams, just because they enjoy watching me talk about things or building large projects like this and just having fun being here. How could I ever not want that? How could I ever give that up? You know, I hear all the time, or I don't, but I've changed some. I have become such an all of you in a roundabout sort of way have changed my life. You know, this isn't something that I can work as a job yet. This isn't something that like I could do full time and support myself, but it's still something I love to do. It's still something I do often. I still strive to put out a video every week. I still do 3 streams a week, whether that's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, or whatever random schedule it is. It doesn't matter if I'm on the on Aspen's subserver, or V-Pumpkin Season 1 or 3, or the Endertide server, or playing mini games, or hopping on with some friends, or sitting here in my Connection Point world like we've done 137 times, and just building in Minecraft, talking about whatever's on my mind that day, whether it's like a movie, or like art, or finishing projects, or upcoming 3D VTuber debut, August 7th, 4 p.m. CST. I mean, what? It's so nice to know that even if this isn't forever, even if I have to sideline this at some point and, focus more on supporting myself, on working a job, as I do. I do work. I work on the weekends. Yippee! I have a job. Woo! Yeah! But even if I have to do that more, even if I have to, support myself more once I do things or need more money to, live, it's still so nice to know that I have, any semblance of a community, any group of people that are like, yeah, I know who Min's the Mailbox is. I watch her streams. She seems cool. The fact that there are people like that, it just blows my mind every single day. The fact that it took 5.5 years, 6 years, the fact that it took 5 years for me to get used to saying my name is Mittens, and then in the next year to do all the things that I did, make an almost 2-hour long film about a story that I was writing with my friends, or streaming for 2 years inside of a Minecraft world, or like being on multiple SMPs, or meeting people, or gaining followers, or just having people that remember you. That's changed me in a good way. It makes me so happy just knowing that this community exists, no matter how big or small. The fact that it is here makes my world a little bit of a better place every single day. And I'll stand by that. As much as I've, become a part of some of your lives just by you guys popping in whenever you want. Sometimes it's every time. Noodle, I don't know why you're still here. You have... I don't get you. It is always so late for you when you watch me. I don't understand how he does it. Or, like, people like Smale, who just pops in whenever he can. Or like Marco, who pops in for 5 minutes and then poofs. Like, the fact that there is a community of people that watch through all of their varying schedules and all of their their levels of skill and talent, it's just crazy to think that the unifying factor is me, that I have brought all of these people together in the craziest of combinations. Let's be honest. The fact that we have like an art major going to the best art school right next to like people still in school, or like Jeff, who just finished an auto sorter on a hardcore world that sorts every block in Minecraft. I can't do that. I don't know how he did it. I don't know where in the world he found that. And then he did it on a hardcore world. Or like Raven over here, who also streams and has made some of my favorite streams ever. Or like Aspen, who... Holy, have you seen Aspen's stuff? It is so cool. The number of times Aspen has been able to change what they do and what she does and how she looks, all of her debuts, her PNG tuber debut, or both of her VTuber debuts, not to mention the subathon. Like, don't even get me started on Malik. Malik is a very, very talented man. Holy cow, I do not know how I am in the same universe as that man. He is so cool. I am just blown away every day that what I do, which is mostly, let's be honest, playing silly block game and streaming a few times a week, making YouTube videos a few times a month, has gotten me into a position where I know some incredibly talented people, some incredibly skilled people who have worked for a lot of their lives on things that I can only dream of, and made something amazing. And that just by me wanting to do this, and wanting to, share my passions with the world, I get to be in the same universe as them. The fact that that has happened at all just blows my mind every day. But it's the world I live in now. And it is such a wonderful world. I can't imagine not being here. I can't imagine not knowing Aspen, or not knowing you, Raven, or not knowing, Toybox, or, checking in on their streams, or, not knowing the people here who have subbed, or the people here who've followed. I can't imagine that, because it's been so long that, I don't know. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky to know the people that I do, and to just share that space with them. However big or small I might be, the fact that I know these people who have done incredible things and are just so incredibly cool people in general, it's so cool. And I guess, to talk more about the debut, I'm excited for it. Because, what in the world? I am debuting. It's such a weird thing to think about. That me is debuting. I don't know what it is about it. But I've definitely spent a lot of my time, on this platform and the platforms that I've been on, always as kind of the newbie. The person who, definitely has some amount of experience, even if it's just a little bit, but, smaller. On the smaller side of things. Oops, I knocked over my water bottle. Not very big, just kind of, does their own thing and watches the other people that do super cool things. It's weird to think that I have been able to pull off something like a 3D debut, that I will be entering the VTuber space. Because I don't know how I did that. Sorry, it was in front of me and I knocked it over with my hand because I was moving my hands around a lot. I talk with my hands. It is a thing. I don't know. Streaming makes me happy. Making videos makes me happy. And drawing makes me happy. And I know that if any of those end up giving me anything that I want, or if any of them work out, then I'll just be happy. Even if none of them work out. Like I said earlier, the fact that I've been able to try at all has made my life infinitely better than it was before. Yeah, the hands are talking right now. The hands have something very important to tell you. You better be listening. And it's so cool at the same time as, like, I don't know, there's something super special about also being in a space like streamers or YouTubers or content creators just in general, is you get to watch the people around you grow up. You know, I've seen Aspen change their model, you know, do their own day. You know, I've seen Aspen update their model and, you know, play games and be able to grow their own community in a very crazy way. They reached 1K in a year, which was insane. You know, being a part of their subathon, that was incredible. Or like watching people change like what they do or just have a bigger following. Seeing like Toy's birthday stream or like Tabs and Taz's debut streams. There's something so incredible about seeing the history of people and seeing them like change so much. I love that. I love watching people grow up and become better. You didn't have... Are you... Really? I still very, very vividly remember when I was dead set. I was like, okay, this has to be the time. Everybody's gotten a sub. It's, you know, this is going to be the time. It's going to count down to 0. We got down to like, what, 50 seconds? 30 seconds? And then, boom. Somebody let out the big guns and then added like 21 hours on. I was so mad. Because that was the day that, like, I was so ready. I literally even tweeted about it. I was like, okay, everybody, Aspen is going to hit the number today. You all better be there for the end of the subathon. And then the subathon didn't end, and it was Sobek. Oh, me and Sobek have a personal vendetta. I don't, but oh man, that was so wild. Because like, we all knew it was going to happen at least a few times, right? That it was going to hit 0 and then it was going to do it. But I was for sure that the second or third time we'd be fine. But no, Sobek swooped in and was like, no, this stream ends when I say it ends. And to think that was January. It wasn't forever ago, but it does kind of feel like that. And I'm a little nervous to say it, but this whole time we've been talking, I think I finished the tree. I think it's done. I think the tree's done. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm a little lost for words right now. Because this is something I've been working on for so long. I will say, I doubted the process a lot. So many times. I was worried for so long that I didn't know how to build a tree, and that my prototype was gonna not work out, or that the branches didn't look right, that even if I added the leaves it wouldn't look good. And yet here we are, all the same. So I'm a little nervous right now to turn around, because when we turn around, one of the biggest updates in this world will have come true. The tree will be done. The outside is finished. All the wood, all the leaves. Of course we still have the inside to make, but just the structure. Our new home, a giant willow tree that we have spent so long on. It was the next thing I wanted to work on after I finished the villager trading hall. Because I wanted to show off my skills. I wanted to see how much I had improved since I first started this back in June of 2021. And now it's done. It's a little nerving. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous to turn around, but you know, we never get anywhere without trying. We got to take the next step forward. We got to turn around and see what it's like. So, all right, your clippers ready? If anybody is able to clip, please do. In 10 seconds, we're gonna turn around. We're gonna turn around and see our finished tree, the willow tree, our new tree house, our new base, in its full form. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There it is. There it is. That is our base. I built that. We built this. That is our home. That's ours. I don't know how to feel. It's so weird. I spent so long thinking it was never gonna get done, that it was too big of a project, and yet here we are. Look at it. We have a home now. This is my home. The willow tree, in all of its glory, is done. A willow living in a willow tree. What a strong sense of irony in there. To think when I started this year, I was living in a tree that reached up to like here. Maybe a few blocks taller. But this was the tallest it went. And now, this is barely the top of the roots. Now I can walk underneath it, look around, and admire it. I have been waiting for this day for a very, very long time. To be able to look up under the tree and just admire its beauty, its grace, its size. To know that all of the leaves are finished. The tree is done. I don't think it's fully set in yet. I don't think it's fully set in yet that I've done it. But it's done. It's done. And it's ready. This is our new home, chat. Connection Point has a new home. And it's right here. Well, I've been waiting to do this for a very long time. made it a goal to myself so many months ago to redo my base. And 7 months later, to the day, we can do it. I have now officially redesigned my base. You've all seen this view before. You've all been here at the board of goals. Look how impressive it looks. No matter where I look, there will always be our giant beacon of a tree welcoming us home. And every block in there, I put there. I built this tree. So, that's one project finished. That is one long project done. But of course, you've heard me say it many times today. Next week, Monday, August 7th, 2023 at 4 p.m. CST, I will be finishing another big project. Maybe the biggest project on my channel so far. At least here. If we're talking about YouTube, it definitely would have been Hemlocks. The Hemlocks was definitely the biggest project I've ever done. But I have a debut. A 3D VTuber debut. A chance for me to change everything that you know and love and see here. The vibes, the feel, the look. Everything about this that you see will change. Everything that we've come to know over the 2 years that I've been streaming is gonna change. And today is the final day before it happens. After this, there won't be any more streams for the next week. And starting on the 7th, we're gonna be entering a whole new world. So I hope you're ready. Because I can't wait to show all of you. There's so many cool things I can't wait to show you and give all of you. So thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to make this real. Without all of you being here, it wouldn't have been possible. It wouldn't have given me the motivation to want to make this. And because all of you have done it, it's made it possible. It's made it real. It's given me the determination and the motivation and just the strength to make something that not only will I remember, not only will all of you remember, but I will remember for a long time. This is going to change everything. And I don't know. It's change. It's a big change. And you know, sometimes change is scary. Sometimes you don't expect change to happen, and sometimes you do. And I'll be honest, I don't know what the future holds. From this moment right here, I don't know what the future looks like. I don't know anything that happens beyond the next minute. I can't even plan like more than a few weeks ahead. Who knows where we'll be tomorrow, the next week, after they debut. You know, months and months from now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But I know we have this moment right here, right now. And I'm just so happy to be alive in this moment. And to whatever happens from here out, whatever life throws at us, whether the debut goes well or it crashes and burns and never happens, whether things, get better or things get worse, whether I'm able to continue doing this or I'm not. Life has a funny way of not giving you all the answers when you want them. I don't even know the right questions to ask. But I do know that the future is open. And even if I don't know it, I want to believe that it only gets better from here. That from here on out, things will get better. Even better than they have been. And I'm hoping for that. I'm looking forward to it. And even if it doesn't happen, well, we have this moment right here, right now. And that's just about the best moment I could have ever asked for. It's a little bittersweet to say goodbye to this overlay, this setup, these streams. This is the end of a huge part of my career. Because, maybe the content doesn't change that much. Maybe it does. But it'll feel different. It'll be different in some amount of way. So this is a goodbye. Even if it doesn't feel like it. This is a big goodbye to the last 2.5 years of streaming, to all the people that have helped me get here. Whether I remember your names or not, all of the chatters that have popped in for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year. You've all made an impression on the channel I've become, on the person I've become today. And I don't know what I'd do without it, who I'd be without it. I never mentioned this earlier, but we reached the 210 goal, so we'll have to do that end room building day one soon. I'm not sure when that'll happen, but we reached our goal right before, literally the moment I stopped streaming yesterday, or the day before. We got it. We reached it. And here we are. We reached our final goal. The next goal is undecided. The future is open. And whatever happens from here on out, I'm just happy that I got to have this moment. That we all got to share this moment today. And really just remember what brought us here. Remember what made us happy. What made this journey so special, and what's going to make the debut as great as it can be. So, I'm going to raid you all into Farron, because Farron's live right now. And as we go over, I just want to thank you all for sticking around for so long, for making this journey so special for me. And I hope that all of you will continue to join me as the journey continues, as this chapter ends and a new chapter begins. I have been Mittens the Mailbox, your one and only cat girl creator. And I am so thankful to have the community that I do. Thank you so much for everything. And I will see you on my debut. For the VOD viewers, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I know there are people in there that watch, and I'm so happy that you do. You make